sanctity of life from the moment of conception to natural death. We believe the law needs to change, and in time our hope and our belief is that maybe that it will.
I think it's really important for all people to be here today, but especially young people to come and be the voice of the unborn who have no voice. A person's a person no matter how small, as Dr. Seuss said, and it's important for us to be here and to stand up for their right to life.
The baby is a person, for Pete's sake. The baby in the womb is a person just like you and I.
Well, as the sign would say, I believe it's kind of like a form of slavery, or at least to lead to that.
I actually work with the Family Protection Lobby and the Association of Maryland Families, and I felt the Lord was calling me to do that. And of course, this is one of the biggest things that we do is fight abortion. It's just important to keep the idea of ending abortion in front of the legislators and in front of the people of Maryland. So we do this every year to remind them to keep praying, and it's going to change.
We're here to defend life in all forms, from the moment of conception until the very end, until the moment of death, natural death.
We're here today to let the legislators know that we want to ban human cloning in Maryland. We don't want human cloning to take place. They've outlawed it in most countries in the world, and we want America, and particularly Maryland, to also be a place where there would not be the human embryos created for the purpose of killing them to do research.
Why is it important for the youth? Well, I think there's a couple of reasons. One is the youth are always in the media seen to not be interested in the culture of life, but rather they are, and they recognize truth better than any adult can. And so today they're being witnesses to not only each other and not only to the state of Maryland, but to the media that, hey, we're teenagers too, and we stand up for culture of life. It's amazing. I work with teenagers from all across the country over the past 10 years, and every single one of them is changing their heart once they figure out the truth, and they're becoming more pro-life every year.
We're the people that get pregnant nowadays, we're the ones who are aborting the children.
I hope that the results of this march are that at least one person in the government, delegate, or just anybody responsible for making the decisions and laws regarding abortion or stem cell research will be touched and moved to the extent that they make the right decisions and that they treat all people as they should be treated.
Well, they're really the future of this whole thing, and we count on them, and they are showing in big numbers that they really understand what is going on, and it has affected their generation so much that I'm sure that they understand, and just encourage them to be vigilant and to just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah. Why do you want? Can I do?
it's not you, then who? Thank you for your attention, thanks for your support, and God bless us.
And so, Lord, grant us the strength and the courage to speak out for those who cannot speak for themselves. Amen.
I am very impressed that so many of you showed up today.
You know, you heard that last year we banned human cloning when we passed the Stem Cell Act. It just couldn't be farther from the truth. I've got to tell you, and it'll become clear in my comments, we stand at the cusp of defining how we're about to go forward in this new world we're in, where we can do a lot of things in science. And the question is not whether we can, but whether we should. Whether it's right or wrong to do. And remember being here tonight, because for many of you it's probably the first time you've ever heard a whole lot about cloning, but I tell you it's not the last time.
Women are exploited by abortion. Women's rights are exploited terribly because some babies have, some mothers have been told that their baby is not going to be perfect, so they get rid of it. And the doctors talk them into it because they're vulnerable. The people are vulnerable. And the women over 40. And if you're going to have a deformed baby, you can have it in your 20s. Being over 40, my mother had 3 children in her 40s, and I had 1. And they scared me half to death with all the things they said about that could happen.